and over, but it's worth repeating. These storms moving extremely quickly. They are moving at 40, 50 miles per hour. That means if a tornado warning is issued, which we now have for northwestern Columbus County and western sections of Bladen County, that you don't have very long to react. Now, we've known very, very cold. Here's the setup. You got a big polar vortex right now parked across the eastern part of Canada. What that is doing is literally opening the door for polar air, and guess what? That polar air is moving right into southeastern North Carolina and across much of the eastern United States.
Just Eric Davis with us in the studio, though, getting everybody ready for the Christmas forecast and the possibility that we might see some snow. And my request.
Like it matters.
Aw.
Well, like it's going to affect anything.
Well, that's true. So dress like a woman, because I've seen him do that before. We actually have a picture of it. I don't know if we'll be able to find it.
It's not on a regular basis now, though.
Mike, the director, just said we don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a cross-dresser. It was just it was an event, a Halloween thing.
Eric, you dressed up as a woman before, too, for one of the fundraising events. Was it Phoenix Ministries, I think?
Yeah, Phoenix Employment Ministry.
Yep.
Yeah, the Greek wedding.
Yeah.
So there are skeletons in Bob's closet and mine that I'm sure it would not be hard to dig up. So we will try to behave, won't we, Bob? Because that's right. Let's take a look at First Alert Digital Doppler this morning, and it is quiet out there. Should remain quiet, it looks like, through tomorrow, but starting on Saturday, I suspect the digital Doppler is going to begin to get a little more active. And, of course, a weekend, as we've been talking about, chock full of events across the area. Coastal Carolina Air Show, one of the big events. It only takes place every couple of years here in southeastern North Carolina. And it looks like it's going to be a mixed bag of weather. Now, Saturday is not going to be a complete washout, but I got to tell you, Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening in particular, rain and thunderstorms, a very good bet, and maybe some strong to severe ones with some locally heavy rain. 77 for the high, but if you have the choice between Saturday and Sunday, Sunday is looking pretty good, actually. Partly cloudy, 74 degrees in the wake of the latest spring storm crossing the area. Now, as we widen things out, just a few high clouds moving across southeastern North Carolina this morning. And as we take a look at the bigger picture, the storm system which is playing in the northeast yesterday, that storm is moving on out. As we take a look across the upper Midwest, you can see some showers this morning moving into Chicago, some heavier rains back across Iowa, and it's actually cold enough for snow this morning across parts of Wyoming, stretching down into Colorado, and already out ahead of this storm system, winter storm warnings in effect for parts of the Dakotas. So parts of the country still feeling the wrath of old man winter. 50 right now in Wilmington. It's not quite the wrath of winter here in southeastern North Carolina, but it is a little bit chilly, so it might not be a bad idea, at least for this morning, to grab a jacket. Jacksonville at 52. Kenansville, the cold spot, at 43, 44 in Lumberton, and 49 degrees over in Elizabethtown. So as we take the forecast hour by hour, mostly sunny skies on tap for today, with high pressure firmly in control of our weather, but we do expect at least a few high clouds to continue to stream into the area. Meanwhile, the storm system we're watching for the weekend, that's taking shape across the plains stage. You can see thunderstorms this afternoon from eastern Kansas down into parts of Oklahoma. Pretty big outbreak of severe weather in that part of the country. I'm afraid there may be some tornado reports, and certainly at minimum some tornado watches going into effect later today. The bad weather starts to spread eastward for your Friday afternoon. You can see the storms into parts of Tennessee, maybe down towards the Gulf Coast. No problems around here, though, for tomorrow. Mostly sunny. Another day with temperatures topping out in the low to mid 70s. But on Saturday, it's all going to change. You can see the storm system, at least the main energy, kind of lifting up towards the Great Lakes. But this is a very dynamic system. There's going to be a warm front crossing the area. It looks like sometime on Saturday. Even Saturday morning, we probably could see at least a few showers. But the big storm Saturday morning still back in the western part of the state. And those will start to spread into our area Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. And we may be talking about some substantial rainfall totals with this next system. No problems again through midnight tomorrow night, but you can see the heavy rain stretching from western North Carolina, Tennessee, on down towards the Gulf Coast. But during the day on Saturday afternoon and into Saturday night, some of those heavier rains spreading into our area. And this particular model showing maybe some 3, 4, 5-inch rainfall totals, maybe particularly in the mountains. So this system definitely has the potential to be a prolific rain producer for at least some of us. So later on today, we're going to warm things up into the 70s. Lots of sunshine, about 70 degrees at noontime. Northerly winds becoming more easterly as we progress through the day. Along the coast, great boating and fishing conditions. We're going to have water temperature standing at 61. Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 3 feet. And the First Alert planning forecast, Look for a high of 77.4 on Saturday with that chance of showers and thunderstorms again, mainly afternoon into the evening and overnight hours. We'll clear out on Sunday, partly cloudy, 74 degrees, and then a nice stretch of weather, beautiful weather. It looks like Monday through Wednesday, nice spring weather. But again, many events this weekend. Work on Wilmington. And of course, Kim, you'll be involved with the ALS walk. That'll be at UNCW on Saturday morning. Bob and Kim.
I'll be there, rain or shine, Eric, so I really won't be that upset if it rains. I won't take it out on you anyway.
And don't forget the Hammerheads are playing on Saturday night. Coach Urban joins us at 17 reported tornadoes across the Midwest and in the Southeast yesterday. And still got that potential for us around here for today.
Yeah, keeping a close eye on it. We've got First Alert meteorologist Eric Davis once again this morning. Eric?
Yeah, knock on wood, no tornadoes so far across southeastern North Carolina, but we're certainly getting our fair share of rain and wind this morning. Some very strong winds, maybe at times gusting up around 50 miles per hour with this line of storms, which is actually kind of bowing back, and we may be having a little bit of delay on some of this thunderstorm activity actually arriving in places like Bladen County. But nevertheless, you can see some pretty heavy storms right now in northern Sampson County. Duplin County, northern part of Duplin County, severe thunderstorm warning until 6:45 this morning. We still have the same severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:15 for a few more moments for Bladen County, Robeson County, and western sections of Columbus County. Some of these are probably going to be readjusted here probably in the next few moments. But nevertheless, heavy rain still around the Fayetteville area, and some signs, maybe a little bit of small hail falling in some of the cells over in northern Sampson County and also over in Robeson County. Maybe a little bit of small hail, not severe hail, but maybe some pea-sized hail with some of these storms. I still think wind is going to be the big impact. Straight line winds maybe on the order of 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, and a lot of trees have been down. This system has been notorious for knocking trees down with those 50 and 60 mile per hour winds. Developing cell, non-severe though, around the Rose Hill area, but definitely some heavy rains right now. Remember, the northern half of Duplin County under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:45 this morning. And I'm also concerned about this cell I've been tracking right here, just to the south of Myrtle Beach. It looks like it may be getting close to merging with the main line here. But if this cell is able to steer clear of the main line, it is going to track its way into Columbus County, probably in the next 30 to 40 minutes around the Tabor City area. So that's something to watch very closely. We're not seeing any rotation with this system yet, but this would be a prime candidate to be the type of storms that develops into a supercell and possibly does show some rotation. We're not seeing that yet, but we want to watch the cell very closely as it begins to cross out of Horry County and into Columbus County here in the next few moments. Now, as we take a look at the big picture, here's the big line of storms stretching all the way from Virginia right on down across South Carolina, and it actually continues down to Florida. Here's the tornado watch box. That's in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. Remember, tornado watch means conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms. We're certainly seeing the severe thunderstorms and the possibility of some isolated tornadoes. And the storm reports just absolutely continue to pile up right now. Mostly reports of wind and tree down all the way from Virginia back down across Georgia, Florida, just numerous reports of severe weather. So it's not hard to imagine that we're going to have our fair share of reports of severe weather here in southeastern North Carolina before the morning is over. Hopefully no tornadoes, but certainly some strong straight line winds, maybe taking a couple trees and maybe some power lines down with them as well. And even independent of the thunderstorms, look at the wind gusts this last hour. 37 miles per hour in Wilmington, 32 in Jacksonville. Tremendous south and southwest winds out ahead of the system. And in the upper levels of the atmosphere, some 70 and 80 mile per hour winds. And our concern is some of those thunderstorms could bring those very strong winds down to the surface, and the temperatures were warm, basically in the neighborhood of 70 degrees. So thunderstorms around this morning, but by about 4 o'clock this afternoon, those storms are out of here. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about some temperatures in the 30s around here. So this is a cold front that means business and will cool things down. 68 for the high. Thunderstorms this morning. Chances of rain dropping off by noontime. 4 o'clock, the rain is completely out of here. Along the coast, rough. Gale warnings are in effect right now. Water temperature at 59. Seas 5 to 9 feet and sustained winds in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. Southwest becoming northwesterly. And the First Alert planning forecast 65 and sunny for tomorrow after starting off around 38. Sunny 72 on Thursday. And then we're going to see the temperatures ramp up rapidly Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures in the 80s. So some beautiful and very warm weather for the Azalea Festival, for the street fair, and also for the parade. Bob and Kim.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. One of our Facebook friends in the Clinton, Roseboro area, Sampson County, reporting live now.
Well, I was just looking at some of the latest the circulation, and it looks like, we can't say for sure that this is going to be the case, but it looks like Bladenboro may get lucky in the circulation passing just a little bit north of town. But remember, Bladenboro, you are still technically under a tornado warning, and it does, this new tornado warning does include Elizabethtown and basically points to the north and west. Garland, very close to being in this tornado warning area as well. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer. I think maybe jogging a little bit further to the north, which might be good news for Bladenboro, but certainly still very much in the path of destruction. And I think, Colin, it might be a good time maybe to, if we could pop up the radial velocities, maybe we can get a little better sense of maybe where the circulation center is, and maybe we're going to let's try to really zoom down on it, and maybe we can kind of give people a better sense of where it's going. Look at that. Wow, the circulation center really looking very impressive. This is Highway 211 right here. Bladenboro over here, remember, still under the tornado warning. So there's your circulation center, very close to, if not right in the vicinity of Highway 211. So probably now, Colin, the best thing to do would be, here's Lumberton here just for a point of reference. So it looks like the storm is the tornadic part of the storm, if in fact the storm is producing a tornado. Again, we haven't had a confirmed report of a tornado on the ground, at least as of yet. But very strong indications of rotation, no doubt about that. And what we need to do, and again, you can see the town of Allenton right here. So we're talking about the circulation very close to that town. There is Butters. That's what meteorologist Rob Ellis was mentioning a few moments ago. So it looks like the circulation center, assuming it's moving in an east-northeastward direction, probably going to be passing just to the north, very close past Butters. But it's certainly going to be something worth watching. Let's zoom out just a little bit, Colin, and do a storm track and kind of give a sense of maybe some of the towns that could be in jeopardy here. We'll do it off the velocity scan. So let's pick this area right here to start the storm track. I like that angle pretty good. Yeah, about 40-50 miles per hour, I believe, is the path of the storm. Okay. Assuming that's the case, we're going to see the circulation center and possible tornado passing very close to Elizabethtown now in about 20 minutes. So if you live in Elizabethtown, now is the time to go ahead and get into your safe locations. I'm going to have just a few moments. I'm going to go back to Colin here and remind people in around Elizabethtown and in the path of this possible tornado what they need to do. But for now, Elizabethtown about 20 minutes from now. White Lake, if the circulation center holds together, 30 minutes. And Garland, not technically under the tornado warning, at least as of yet, but the storm right now, at least the circulation center, is about 40 minutes from your location. So, as we said, we don't have a lot of time to react once these tornado warnings come out. When you're talking about storms moving 40, 50 miles per hour, you don't have a lot of time to react to these particular storms. Let's go back to the
Strawberry Festival begins today in Chadbourne in Columbus County. Let's check back in with Eric Davis. He is live out there this morning for our weather on the 6s. Eric?
Yeah, Kev, I know we've had a lot of questions about some of the specific things going on at the Strawberry Festival, and I've got just the person to help answer those questions. And that person, Deb Wilson, who's the president of the Strawberry Festival. She's going to tell us all about the events going on this weekend. Now, of course, we all know about strawberries, Strawberry Festival, hot air balloons going on behind us, but there's a lot more to the Strawberry Festival. Why don't you tell us about some of the other big events going on this weekend?
Right. Well, starting in the morning, we're registering for the antique car show and the bike show, and then we have an excellent lineup of entertainment that will start at 9:30 in the morning and run all the way through 9:30 at night. And of course, the Strawberry Festival parade that starts at 2 o'clock. There's just really a lot of something for everybody. We'll have, I understand we're going to have lawnmower races, you know, lots of things for the kids to do, some pony rides, and the weather's going to be great. So everybody just come on out and enjoy it. We'd love to see you. And Eric, we got you all some fresh strawberries right here in Chadbourne.
Fresh strawberries, gotta love that. Especially gotta love the fresh fruit, the local fruit too, with all those high prices at the grocery store. One other question here: how many balloons are we going to have out here this weekend?
I think we have about 26, and there are excursion rides available. Those are by appointment, of course, and then they'll be offering tethered rides, the weather permitting. Of course, yeah.
That means pressure on me. I think that's the translation. I think for the most part we're going to be able to deliver, Deborah. Let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast for today.
Ready to go, preparing for hurricane season. Meteorologist Eric Davis is going to tell us a little bit about what you can do to prepare.
10 tied 1995 and 1887 as the third most active season for tropical activity in the Atlantic on record. 5 of these storms became major hurricanes of Category 3 or higher on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Amazingly, none of the major hurricanes made landfall in the United States, and it has now been almost 6 years since a major hurricane made landfall along the coast of the U.S. If hurricane forecasters at Colorado State and NOAA are correct, 2011 could be the year our luck runs out. Most hurricane forecasters agree that both the number of named storms and hurricanes will be above normal. The number of major hurricanes should be well above normal. More ominously, Dr. Phil Klotzbach and his team at Colorado State say there's about a 3 in 4 chance that a major hurricane will strike the U.S. coast. They also say there's about a 50-50 chance a major hurricane will strike the U.S. East Coast. With those kind of odds, now is the time to prepare. You can start by picking up WECT's 2011 Hurricane Survival Guide. We also recommend that you start assembling your hurricane survival kit. Don't wait until a storm is on your doorstep. You may not be able to find the supplies you need to weather the storm. Eric Davis for WECT News.
And with hurricane season now in gear, you will need one of these, and I'm going to tell you right